Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the bottle ship, a mission that will most likely be carried out in the next day or two. I'm heading toward the bottle ship now. I'm going to rescue something that was left there. Something that can't be replaced.
Hey folks, welcome back to Other M. We are here in the epilogue, and this is an optional boss fight against Phantoon. Why are we fighting Phantoon? I don't know. But anyway, the thing about this fight, and actually the epilogue as a whole, is that it's not actually available in hard mode. Since most of the epilogue is just running around and collecting all the items you couldn't collect before, they decided it wasn't worth it to have hard mode, but do it. But there is this optional boss fight that's pretty climactic and pretty cool, and you get to do shit like this. So I feel like it was still a mistake to exclude it from hard mode. And it also excludes a certain key portion of the plot, so that's also not a bad idea. Anyway, for those not familiar, Phantoon was a boss in Super Metroid in the Haunted Ship. I don't know why he was here, other than as a callback to Super Metroid, because Super Metroid was a good game. I haven't the foggiest idea. But anyway, other key portion of the epilogue is way over here. This is actually an entrance to where Adam was hanging out for most of the game, his little command center.
Madeline, thanks for telling me all this. I've got to destroy the Metroids and MB in Sector 0. You have to remain hidden.
No! Samus!
Don't worry. The Galactic Federation CO, who's here now, will help you.
Self-destruction protocol activated. Please evacuate the facility immediately.
And here we go. Contractually obligated escape sequence, because this is a Metroid game, and the one where we got the gravity suit doesn't really count. Basically, we gotta skedaddle here through the main sector, basically, to get back to our ship. But we are in our Zero suit, which means that we can't kill enemies, we can only stun them. We don't have things like the speed booster, but we do have the ability to slide. And originally in Zero Mission, the Zero suit was introduced as a stealth mechanic, because you were weakened, you have to run around in stealth. Here it's really just a matter of run the fuck away, which is not terrible, I guess. And it is neat to see all these explosions and whatnot. And as a way of discussing the plot one last time, Samus is here to grab Adam's helmet as a memento of him, and I have mixed feelings about it, because clearly, your father figure dies, right, kills himself basically right in front of your eyes. If we accept the premise that he is her father figure, which wasn't that well portrayed, but whatever, I'll just roll with it, it makes sense that she would miss him and want a memento and be in an emotionally vulnerable position here. But on the other hand, it bugs me that she felt so strongly about his helmet in particular. Because, I mean, she has photos of him, like, and other memorabilia, I'm sure. It's bugs me that she's just that, she feels that strongly, and it shouldn't bug me, because, you know, clearly, they like each other, they were important to each other, and I shouldn't say, oh, well, she should like him less, but it just feels too dependent, to go through all this for his helmet. And I feel too dependent for the Samus that, again, we all know and love. And I don't really have a very strong argument for that, to be honest. But it still kind of bugs me, but whatever. That's the end of the epilogue, and that takes care of the game as a whole, except for a special little bonus that you will see in just a cutscene.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Adam. Let's go home.
That's right, it's the Other M death reel. I've always wanted to do a death reel. Basically, this is every death that Samus endured through this entire playthrough, which I think adds up to something around 70, I think, was my calculation. But basically, yeah, if you want to see all the times I fucked up, here you go. I know that one person in the comments asked if I actually was a master of this game and managed to get through hard mode, not dying ever. I definitely died, and here you will see all of it. I was usually able to edit it out pretty smoothly, since like a lot of the camera angles going out of save points would be very similar between times that I went out of save points, like actually leaving or respawning there. But if you were crafty, you would see little minor edits. Some of them were more obvious than others. There were times when I'd be exiting a save room and the data recorded process successful thing would either fade out or only say one sentence because of the transition. But then there were really obvious ones, like Samus would like fade or dissolve, and Samus would move to another location, and the camera would completely change, and that was just, didn't really have any other options. But as you can see, I was dying throughout the entire game. I died in first area. I think I didn't die till the biosphere, but like seriously, come on. But it was very little before the biosphere. I died a lot to these motherfuckers. Screw them. Like, they would swing at me and they'd be like, "Bam, you're dead." Or they would shoot fireballs at me, or they would breathe fire at me, and I would fall in the lava. And, God, I don't know why these guys gave me so much trouble, to be honest. They're pretty simple, but, like, I don't know, I guess they do a lot of damage or something. And that combined with the constant damage of the... Oh, yeah, look at these guys. See, I complained about them being able to kill you after you technically beat them, and that's why. Don't like these bricks. But yeah, deaths galore. I'm not gonna like talk extensively about every single death, because there are like 70 of them, and some of them pretty self-explanatory and dodge well enough. But it should be noted that, like, yeah, hard mode is actually pretty hard. A lot of the time you'll be stuck in a bad situation. And sometimes things like that will happen, where you are charging and you're desperately hoping that you manage to fill yourself back up before an enemy attacks you or hits you. And it's okay to run away. Sometimes you gotta run away more than I did. Wallywog. Oh god, this prick. Like I said, I never figured out how to actually reliably get past him. So you can see me running around and he's like, shoop! Gotcha. Got your nose. You're like almost dead now. It doesn't kill you in one swipe, but there you go. And I assume it's just a matter of quick dodge timing, but I just never could make it work, unfortunately. See, I was so close there. God, that prick. I don't even know how I managed to get through the time I did. Anyway, this boss, like I said, lasers are pretty awesome. I really like this boss, just saying. I don't know if that came across well enough in the commentary for the actual thing, but I really do like this boss. Because it can be hectic, and it does make you dodge craftily. This elevator sequence, like, I don't know, I guess it's just such a small arena or something, the elevator sequence plus this guy. I don't know. I'm not sure what's up. I got really sick of this guy. Like, for some reason, I never really got his pattern, even though you fight him, like, what, 4 times? Which totally breaks the rule of 3s, by the way. A lot of the time, it's a matter of, oh, whoops, I didn't see that fireball coming, or, oh, whoops, I didn't see his tail quick enough. Because, like, the patterns, honestly, aren't that predictable for a lot of these bosses, other than, like, the Queen Metroid. And it's, like, tricky. It's generally pretty tricky. Also, there were a couple deaths, this one reminded me, that, like, I did one big editing session getting all of the deaths out, but I missed a few, so there would be a few that I, like, noticed while I was doing commentary, and I was like, that cannot be, that cannot pass. But yeah. Just in case you were ever curious about things I do. Okay, Ridley killed me the most times of anything in this game. Take a shot every time I get killed by Ridley. Because I think I want to say every attack that he has is a one-shot on hard mode. So you gotta time yourself well. And I didn't get to talk enough about how much I like the Ridley fight. He honestly, he's a good throwback to how like the previous Ridley fights in previous games, because he got that tail stabbing thing that he does in Super Metroid, and then tail swinging like in Prime. Then he breathes fire, which is awesome. It's a really fun fight, and he's got a really diverse number of moves, and you gotta time well to run away. Also, that he's got a big fuck-off Fireball of Doom that sometimes, I don't know, its hitbox is a little weird. Sometimes I would manage to avoid it by inflicting damage on him, and that would be kind of a cutscene thing, and it would just pass through me. Sometimes the timing didn't really work out. But as you can see, he's relentless. He will breathe fire at you. Yeah, see, that's the stupid fireball thing again. He's relentless. Oh, the cutscene interrupted my ability to jump. That's what happened there. I'm trying to say that he's relentless. He likes to stab you, he likes to slash you, he likes to swing at you. He's fun. He's really fun. I enjoyed it. Oh god, I feel such an idiot for that. Those weren't even supposed to be hard enemies. Neither were these. Like, come on. That was just me being lazy. Anyway, Queen Metroid, final boss. She liked to breathe fire on me. For some reason, I found her pattern very predictable. She likes to breathe fire at the very beginning, as I found out, and it was just a matter of figuring out the timing to dodge that. And then past that, yeah, she's generally pretty good at tails. Also, I managed to die on this. Because it's kind of finicky about how long you have to, how well targeted you have to target Melissa MB thing. I died to it, I admit it. But that takes care of the Other M playthrough. See you folks, this has been Other M.